Let's move on to the Sunday nighter. Denver Broncos, Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs open up as 10-point favorites, and there's been no movement. Still plus 102. And I thought a lot about moving on the Broncos today and moving on the under, but the under had already been hammered. It was the Broncos that hadn't moved. This total opened up at 49.5. It's now at 47.5 or 47. When we go over to the cash flow here, we have 1,639 tickets in. 82. Oh, sorry, they don't have. That's not right. That's San Francisco's game. Why would they not have Kansas City up here? Oh, there it is. Sorry, it's 457, 458. 2,786 tickets in. 37% of the tickets are on the Chiefs. This is what held me off of making the move on it. Well, also, we know Andy Reid coming off the bye and all that shit. We'll talk about that. But 37% of the tickets on the Chiefs, 75% of cash is on the Chiefs. 44% of tickets are on the over. 66% of cash is on the over. We have Ron Crawford with a spreadsheet play today on Denver plus 10. I'll copy and paste that right now. I was close to moving on it. Let's break this down. Broncos 6-5, 3-2 on the road. Chiefs 7-4, 4-2 at home. 46 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 11 miles per hour at Arrowhead. Broncos coming off an impressive 28-13 win at home over the Chargers. We cashed the Broncos plus 3. We cashed the team total over 22.5. Bridgewater was 11 of 18 for 129 yards, a touchdown and interception. He left with an injury before returning in the second half. Drew Lock did not look good while he was gone 4 of 7, 26 yards and a pick. Melvin Gordon ran 17 times for 83 yards against his former team. Javonte Williams looked very dangerous. 14 carries for 54 yards and a touchdown. Caught 3 passes for 57 yards. Unfortunately, that led the receivers. The defense looked excellent. 3 sacks, 10 quarterback hits, kept Herbert off balance all game. He was like blowing Fangio after the game just over and over again about how well they're coached and how they were so deceiving and how he couldn't figure things out. He was just going off about how good they looked. Patrick Surtain was the biggest difference in the game. 2 interceptions, 1 he returned for 70 yards for a score. He had a top speed of 22.07 miles per hour on his pick 6. That's the fastest by a defensive back with the ball in his hands in the last 5 years. Bradley Chubb returned from his ankle surgery. That's the first time he's been in the lineup since week 2. But they lost left tackle Calvin Anderson to a knee injury. They lost Dalton Risner to a back injury. Anderson is expected to miss time. Risner could be back this week. Garrett Bowles, offensive tackle, is expected to return to the lineup this week. Offensive tackle Bobby Massey, defensive end Shelby Harris, safety Kareem Jackson, and wide receiver Tyreek Cleveland were all inactive last week, questionable this week. So here come the Chiefs, fresh off their bye week, and Reid is 19-3 when he's coming off of a bye week. That's pretty spectacular. They were last seen in a 19-9 win at home over the Cowboys in Week 11. Mahomes was 23 of 37 for 260 yards, no touchdowns and a pick. Did lose a fumble. Clyde Edwards-Helaire back in action, 12 carries for 63 yards and a touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 9 receptions for 77 yards. He did break 1 carry. I think 1 carry for 33 yards, something like that. Travis Kelce had 5 catches for 74 yards. He's looked a lot better the last few weeks. Chris Jones had 3.5 sacks. They had 5 sacks and 8 quarterback hits as a team. And a lot of that has been – a lot of the reasoning for it is Melvin Ingram. And while his numbers haven't been very good, he's allowed Chris Jones to slide from outside back to the interior of the line, and the entire pass rush has changed drastically. So you don't see it in the numbers, but everybody's been talking about it. They also had 2 interceptions. Lucas Nang is expected to return from an injury and be available for this game. He began the season as a starter, lost the job to Remmers. Renners has been knocked out for a couple games with an injury of his own. So Nang's return will help. Remmers' return will help. And they could get Kyle Long, too. He came out of the year-long retirement thinking he was going to earn a starting job with the Chiefs. He broke his leg in training camp and wasn't designated to return from injured reserve until earlier this month. He's expected to be in the lineup this week. So they're just getting stronger. Tyrann Mathieu played through a knee injury. He's expected to be closer to 100%. Josh Gordon, they've been talking high. I know he only has 2 catches for 18 yards this year, but getting more comfortable in the system. This is a team that's defense is rolling right now. 3 straight opponents to 17 points or fewer. Here we go, Bebsie, the Sunday nighter Broncos Chiefs.
Well, let's address Andy Reid coming out of the bye, 19-3. Listen, what is he against the spread? This is too many points. I'm going to be on Denver here. Listen, we know the Chiefs they've righted the ship. Their defense is playing better. They're getting it together like a lot of people thought. They're like, this Kansas City Chiefs team won't be bad all year. They aren't. They're going to roll into the playoffs getting hot. It's just too many points. This Denver team is better than a -10 here. I like Denver. I like their defense. They're playing well. They're going to get after Mahomes. They're going to win. The Chiefs are going to win. I'm not talking money line here. It's just too many points. And look, I think KC plays a semi-conservative game here, and thus they're not going to win by 10. They're not. I'm all over the Broncos in this one. I love the Broncos here.
So do I, but it wasn't moving.
You think the Broncos are going to get blown out?
No, but do you trust Bridgewater to be healthy throughout this game? And what happens if Drew Lock is in there? Do you trust this Broncos offense to be able to put up 17 to 20 points?
Yeah, I do. I like a healthy Judy, Cortland Sutton, Javonte. I like their weapons. As long as Teddy could look, if Teddy goes out, yeah, your bet might be fucked. But in Teddy, we trust.
Well, I believe you can get a plus line still at Pinnacle. Let's check that out right now. And you can. Oh, no, sorry. That's plus 102 is on the Chiefs. Is that what it says there today? Yeah, the -10 plus 102 is on. So let's see what the best number we can get you, because -113. That makes me think it's going to get to 9.5 by the morning. It was -120 at Bet365. I expect it still, but there are plus 10s at -110 out there. Bodog has one of them. So let's start there. Plus 10 at -110 for Bebsie. And you don't want to touch the total at this point?
No, I don't want to touch the total, but I will touch on it. If I had a free bet, I believe I would take the under. Again, I think this will be a conservative approach from KC. And yeah, both of these defenses are playing well right now. And that tells me over.
Sorry, both defenses are playing well right now. That tells you.
Sorry, that tells me under.
Okay.
I did say the right thing, then the wrong thing.
No, I thought you. So, do you want to move on this total?
No, I'm not going to move on the total.
Okay.
But I am moving on the plus 10.
I think I am going to move on. Oh, God. I think I am going to move on both. Brady says, I've only bet the under at this point. No side play, but your hesitation is going to keep me off this side. Says, I think your instinct may be right. Okay, I'm going to need more time. And I love this show so much. It's, listening, taking time, not forcing things, and 5 straight winning weeks. Oh, God, I'm very excited to see what the Chiefs are like after this bye week. Okay, let's roll. By the way, Ron Crawford, division games after week 11, the under's at 62%. So many great cappers in the chat. So thankful to run with you guys.